Hey you guys, how's it going? Aethulin, Encrypt, White Bandit, Dozakar, Sirinth. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's weekend? Anything fun happen? A wrong rap. So we had our big end of the month playtest this past weekend. It's a lot of fun. A bunch of people showed up. I enjoyed myself. I spent a bunch of time kind of going through like organizing stuff on the wiki as a bunch of people added stuff, and I was like organizing things, and so that's what I did a lot of the time. I did a group in Wormsbane on Saturday, I think. And I found a bunch of stuff I needed to fix. So one of the goofs that I missed was the enchanters are all nudists right now. So that's what I'm gonna try and fix. I'm gonna go through and fix some of the weird stuff I found. So let me locate this gentleman in the database. And if you guys caught any art related things that looked kind of funky, let me know about, and I'll take a look at them right now as well, because that's what I want to do today. We'll do a bunch of that, and then if we get everything, then we'll probably see about doing some art stuff, I guess. But this, because I changed the name of this clothing he's supposed to be wearing last minute, and that's probably a bad idea in hindsight. But it's not the end of the world, I guess. I'd change it to though. Cloth 6A. So all these Rogue 2 need to be cloth 6A. Wait a minute.
Howdy.
Howdy. Flint Lock Pixel, thanks for the follow. Got a bunch of follows recently, actually. Visual Rift, Cyanic, oh god, I'm not good at that. Octwisp, Mighty Angel, 10th to Man, Raccoonemi, Orvis, and Flintlock all followed me recently. Thanks everybody for the follows. Hey Pattis, what up, dude? It's hot in the desert. I don't blame them for being here. Yeah, dude, it's hot. It's hot here in California today too.
Boom, money hats. Money hats for everybody. Boom, money hats.
Hey, thanks. Money Hat Nudist 69. That's a pretty good name. Thanks for the 5. Which guy am I even dealing with this? Reload target. Why is his pants not showing? Is this the right guy? It's a different guy. Who's this guy? Enchanter Spell Merchant. Oh. Okay. So. Let me pull up my list of stuff, actually. So this should be cloth 06A. What I want it to be. Let's try that. Hey, he's got pants on. Cool. It's a beautiful 70 degrees here currently. It's not bad. I'd take that. Take a 70. I don't even know what it is right now. I'm afraid it's probably in the 80s or 90s here. Oh. Let's see. It's 96. It's 96. It's a warm day. Okay, so we got the spell guy. Let's do enchanter, trainer. And I'll just dupe on that stuff. And then I'll reload him. And suddenly he's got clothes on. Although that's very bright. It's a bright color. I'll come back to him. Let's get everybody clothed first, and then we'll look into adjusting the fashion choices of said folks. Probably just full screen this, I think. Yeah. I believe the halfling feet weren't showing the foot hair properly during the playtest. Yeah, that's a known issue. The problem with that is the foot hair. I'll show you guys. And that torch is doing nothing. So, if I take my head off, my foot hairs will show, right? But if I put the helmet back on, they go away. And why that's happening is because when you put a helmet on, it has to hide your hair, the hair on your head, so that you don't have like hair clipping through the helmet. And your foot hair is currently technically part of your hairstyle. The reason for that is when you're selecting what hair color you want, I set it up, I linked them. I basically made the foot hair part of the hairstyle so that when you change your hair color, when you change the color of your hair in your head, it matches the foot hair. So you can have foot hair of different colors and stuff. And so by virtue of it being a hairstyle element, it hides it right now. And so that's something that's we're aware of, and I can't do anything about it yet because I'm waiting for some support to be implemented on the tech side, so that I can basically kind of mask that out from that selection kind of thing. So so yeah, waiting on that, and then we'll get that sorted out, and then not only will that'll fix this issue, but it'll also fix this kind of issue where I'm kind of bald now with this hat on, and when we get some support for that, for the hair stuff, hair plus helm kind of interaction, I'll be able to create some hairstyles that kind of cooperate with helmets and stuff like this. So yeah, he's shredded for an enchanter, don't you think? Let's see. Let's do this. I'm just gonna go wham. Find this guy. Let's add in some clothing for him. I'm doing this in the debate database directly because I don't know if the tool that we have is doing its thing. Okay, so he should be clothed now, and that back to that. I don't know if she's supposed to be bald either. I'll give her a hair style here. Oh, that's a different. Wait, what did I just do? That's not a good idea. Oh, that's fine. Because it equipped a robe on her. That's silly. Okay, so she's got stuff now. All right. Clothes. I know there's more people here. It's all an illusion. Certainly enchanting, yeah. Yeah, he's got illusionary abs. Imagine that. I think if I was an enchanter, I would certainly give myself a six-pack. I don't know what color is what. The hairstyle stuff. Up on head. That looks reasonable. Okay. A few weeks ago when you were talking about a playable lizard race and not having them be evil, evil like EverQuest, do you think they could fall under a category that lets them be in quiz class? Probably, yeah. That would be cool. I'd be pro. Like I want them to be enchanters at least. So I think Inquisitor would not be a stretch. But we'll see what kind of well, what it, I can't guarantee anything, obviously. I'll do my best to make them look as cool as possible, and then see where the cards actually lay, you know what I mean? But I think my intention is that, like, kind of putting them as more of like a kind of a neutral thing, so that you can kind of swing both ways with them. Like, I think there's going to be a lot of people who want to be like a XR, or not XR, haha, Freudian slip. The lizard folk, fuck, did it again. You know what I mean? A necromancer, Shadow Knight, monk, shaman, or is like all the XR classes, and people who played those, who would want to carry over their, like, kind of recreate their character in Monsters and Memories. Having those options available would be nice for those folks, I'm sure. And then I'm not I want to kind of allow that kind of ability for those folks, but also allow for additional, like, make it make sense to have other races, like other classes playable by them as well, like such as enchanter and Inquisitor or cleric, or we'll see what kind of makes sense. So I don't want to just, like, without, like, kind of watering them down in a way that makes it weird or anything as well. That's the only reason I kind of say, like, oh, we'll see, because, like, otherwise they're just like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. But I want to make sure they're still cool, cool and compelling, and so if that means that, like, for whatever reason, if it's like, oh, maybe it just makes more sense for them to be more evil, to keep the cool factor and shit like that, then maybe that's what we do. But there's yeah, anyway, nothing's really set in stone, at least I should say that. That's kind of where I'm going with it, more or less. Is just kind of rambling out loud, so don't quote me on anything. What's weird about these enchanters is that, like, this guy still says placeholder text. Like, this whole area is kind of like a weird, seemingly incomplete thing. So, but it's still also used. Oh, fuck. I just reloaded the zone by accident. Whoops. Um, Storm Bear says, will there be any snowy winter zones? The lightning effects in dunes, especially when coming out of the caves during the playtest, was wild. I think it'd be awesome in the winter forest too. Let me see if I can answer that question with I'm gonna try and answer that with some when did we do the Biome Jam stuff? I don't know if Pattis is still there. Pattis, you still there? I'm not. Was it February? Let's see. February, March. Here, I'm just going through the updates on the website. So we have did a Biome Jam at one point where there was like a bunch of different things. It wasn't this one. Might have been January. Yeah, here it is. So we did a Biome Jam thing where the environment artist kind of made a bunch of different biomes. Like, they're not fully fleshed out and stuff. They're not complete, but there is like kind of see how quickly we can kind of rapidly prototype out the different areas. And so we have a lava, we have mountainy, spooky mountainy thing, some cool mountains. This one's really cool. I like this one a lot. But we have snow one too. So it exists. There are locations in the world that have snow and that sort of thing. We have the wood elf forest, treehouse forest thing. If you go to the January update 39 January 2024 on the website, under the updates, you can read all this about it. There's a video at the bottom here as well, somewhere. Right here. There's a video that kind of flies through all of it too. It's got a cool soundtrack for it as well. So you should take a look at that for more information. This video, this soundtrack for this is great. I need to actually download. I need to add more songs to my playlist here. But to answer your question, yes. In short, I was rocking the female ogre ranger, and it felt like I could. Okay, there's nobody here. Felt like I could be a good person in game as well. Yeah, the ogres are. I don't know exactly what their alignment. They're not. They're at least not, dumb like the EverQuest ogres. So our ogres are a little more complicated. Okay, so I'm gonna change this dude's face. I'm just gonna go through each one. Reload. Target. So I want to do them. Okay, that's the face I wanted. Here. Okay, there we go. That's what that guy looks like now. I'll sort out his clothing momentarily here. Lizard Squad confirmed. Zukan, snakehead wand stat. He's gonna lose. Yeah. Need one of those. I wonder. You guys next time Goblin is streaming, you guys should pressure him to make a bunch of epic weapon concepts. That'd be cool. Even if like we don't go with them, like just getting the ball rolling or just seeing something be neat. Doesn't matter if like we're gonna use them right away or like we haven't done like weapon stuff yet, like art wise, really. So I'm like way behind on chat, so I'm like scrolling up to try and read everything here. We have Enchanter plus Fighter class. What's your opinion on the Necro Rogue? Necro Rogue. Well, we have I don't know, like we it's kind of weird to just like start like taking two existing classes. Like I think some like Paladin and Shadow Knight are traditional. It makes sense to have those like hybrids. Inquisitor is Inquisitor and Spellblade are an interesting thing. Are two new kind of interesting ones, although I think maybe they're not as new. But I mean, I think it would be weird. We have Beastmaster too, which is Shaman and Fighter. Shaman and Rogue, one of those two. So we have a bunch of hybrids, and I think it would be kind of boring if we just went through all the combinations and just made like hybrid versions of all the different combos. I think it'd be for other classes and things. I think we should think about if we're going to make new, and we will. Like we've talked about like wanting to make new, like add new stuff as we go. I just hope that we don't just like start combining stuff, and we think about like what's actually cool, what would actually be cool as like a class, and not just what do we have that we can like smush together, you know what I mean? So but I don't know that we're thinking about that right now anyway, so we got time to figure it out. I think these two are like related, so I'm trying to make them look sort of similar. I think they're twins or something. They got names that make you think they're twins at least. I don't know. Maybe they're not related at all. Maybe they're... Who knows? I certainly don't. I'm not going to spill any beans. You guys are on your own. Sinklol asks, will different towns have different outfits for the common folk? Yes. Yeah, we have concepts for that. We have actually the Night Harbor. We have some like the clothing and stuff like this jacket I have on right now. This is like kind of a generic cloth set. But we have this probably won't even be in Night Harbor anymore once we get the Night Harbor stuff in. We made concepts for Night Harbor specific clothing and the Wood Elf specific clothing, and then we did like 2 other sort of generic ones. So it'll be kind of what you look like, what the kind of the gear or the outfits and stuff that you see people wearing, or what you will wear will eventually depend on where you acquire them. So different regions have different kind of vibes. At the very least, have us be able to smash baddies or good guy XP. Make the humans, dwarves, and elves evil, and trolls. She's in an overall good. He's... If you aggro that guy and die, you can't get up your corpse. You don't need the key. You don't need the key to get back here. If you know where the location is. There's a freaking door. There's some stairs. It's just right here. So there was a lot of people who couldn't, like, I saw a lot of people asking about where the Enchanter Guild is and stuff like that. Not to spoil anything, but once you find it, you can just go in the front door. The key thing is, it's part of the quest. It takes you to the location, but you don't need it to get back there. So it's just like, you're kind of being initiated into like a secret society kind of thing, and they have like a convoluted way of getting you to where you need to be. And I don't know, maybe this building will be more hidden, or the entrance will be more hidden in the future. I think that would make sense actually, and that'd be kind of cool. Because like the way you you can get back to Backlav, yeah. He's I mean, this building is confusing as hell, but you can get back to him. I can open this door. It's just up here, I think. Let me while I'm here, let's pick his outfit. Well, let's do this actually. Fourier says, long as they make gnome pickles. Yes, protein is protein. Have you thought about what you want to name your lizard people? I have one kind of floating around in my head, but I don't know if it's the way to go with them. What about priest wizards? A wizard, like a cleric that can nuke as hard as a wizard. Just be like a one-man army. It'd be cool though, kind of in that vein, is a lot of people talk about Blood Mage. I think if we were going to add a new class, and specifically a new healer, a complete healing comment, that'd be pretty dope actually. Like a blood mage would be cool, or a disciple like healer, like a monk slash cleric or something. You know what I mean? But everybody always talks about the blood mage, and they're pretty cool. That's Sneaky Russian. Hello, welcome. Okay, let's go to NPC. Lab. Is that his name? There we go. Okay, so this dude. Let's find some cool colors for him. There's a lot of gold being used. The gold is very... This texture needs a lot of work, some reworks here. So we're working with kind of a temporary situation here. But I think the gold too is... Maybe yellow. What's the yellow look like on this one? I like that better. Let's do gold on this one. Let's go with that. So that is right here. The one Matthias says, had a blast this past weekend's playtest. You guys have brought great joy to an old MMO gamer. Cannot wait for more. That is great to hear. Thank you for coming by and checking out our game. We're all seemed like everybody was really happy with everything, and it's really great that everybody like, yeah, like, I don't know what to say actually, because like it's weird, right? Because like in the MMO space, I'm so used to like, I think we all are so used to you know, a lot of negativity or kind of being let down and stuff. So when like I feel like from my perspective, from what I saw anyway, it was kind of overwhelmingly positive reactions from everybody, and then like for me it's like, whoa, that's really cool. But I don't know, maybe it hasn't set in yet, or I'm like skeptical because I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop sometimes, because like you know, there's a lot of people who are just like, this game sucks, or you know, dog shit game and that sort of stuff. But I don't know, maybe I'm just being pessimistic. I'm seeing the bad side of things, but I should just try and focus on you guys being cool. You guys are cool and everybody had fun, so like why am I being negative about it? So I should try and focus on the positive. But yeah, I guess I'm trying to brace myself. I think what it is I'm trying to brace myself for, because inevitably, you know, after we like, there's like a bubble of kind of people who are like in our vibe, like people who play like P99 or Embers Adrift or the Pantheon folks, or you know, kind of old. There's like a bubble of grumpy old men and women that play these old people games, and everybody inside that bubble I think is all gonna give all the waves of positivity and stuff, and at a certain point, like if we're really lucky anyway, we'll kind of expand beyond that, and then there's gonna be like a lot of people that come in and you know, talk about wanting maps or you know, the you know, the corpse recovery stuff being too difficult, or all that stuff, and like a lot of pressure on that. And so I guess I'm just like, I'm trying to brace for some inevitability there. So like when you guys are like so positive, I'm like, but I thought people were going to be angry, you know? So I don't know, maybe it's just a me thing. Because I don't want to get like, I don't want to sniff my own farts too much and then be real sad when people come along and they're like, this game sucks, dog shit game. So, but yeah, it was overall though, like I said, overwhelming positivity in terms of feedback and stuff. Like, even with like, you know, I know everybody knows the game is still progress, and there's a lot of performance things, and so I hope that we can get performance in a better spot, and all that. But still, like, everybody's like, this game's awesome, and I don't know how to deal with it, I guess is what I'm saying. Is like, you guys are so nice, and I'm like, I don't know how to handle it. So yeah, thanks. Don't tell me what to do, Thulin. I was happy with 20 frames. Yeah, it's not a fast game, so I guess it doesn't hit you as hard. Still, it would be nice to have like a crisp 60. Oh, we're always trying to be better. We're always shooting to be better with this stuff. I need to open this tab. You know, I think one of the cool things was a Tangent. I was watching a lot of Tangent. He's I'd never heard of him before, but I guess he's got like a pretty big kind of following. He was playing all 3 days. And it looked like he had like several hundred folks watching him. So there's a lot of new eyeballs on the game, which is really cool. And got some more folks interested, it seemed like, and that's really exciting. It's always cool seeing kind of hey Monty, how do you doing, man? It's cool seeing more people get into it, right? That's what kind of gets, that's what I get excited about. It's like people's kind of discovering us for the first time or playing for the first time. I was watching another guy, I'm gonna forget his name and I apologize. It's I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. I'd have to look it up and see, but it seemed like he was kind of playing for the first time as well, and he was just roaming around town, like he was doing the Bard quest, and he literally just walked everywhere in town. He didn't like know where to go for the thing. He was just like wandering aimlessly, and he came across like all the guys for the quest just about, and I was like, dang, bro, that's epic. Carnage's interest got piqued with the playtest, by the way. Next one might have more attention. Yeah, I saw that too. That was really interesting. That would be really cool if he came by and checked it out. I'd be curious to see what his thoughts are. Man, I gotta scroll up now. Sorry, I'm bad with like reading chat and stuff here.
Boom, money hats. Money hats for everybody. Boom, money hats.
Hey, Kronos, thanks for the 5 there. Appreciate it. I'm trying to scroll up in chat here and make sure I didn't miss anybody. Looking forward to a less lag experience in the city. Me too. But like we were being incentivized to always not be in the city for a fun experience. Yeah, that's a real problem too, right? Because like the reason the city is so big is because there's more than just like selling stuff and banking in the city. There's if you guys wandered around enough, you might have found some folks that didn't take too kindly to you being there, and that's because there's areas of the city that are intended to be like places you can go and kill them for experience and loot like you would. Like you don't have to go into the Shaded Dunes to like find a camp and level up and stuff. You can find some dudes, some unscrupulous characters, or for you EQ veterans, you can kill the guards. You can level up on guards if you're high enough level. That was one of my favorite camps in EverQuest 1 is the Felwith guards. Like on my enchanter, what I would do on P99 was I would charm the Paladin Guildmaster, and I would sick him on all of his friends. He could take on all of the guards on the bridge simultaneously and just like slaughter them all. I'm just like sitting back like reading comic book. Although it's very dangerous because if that charm breaks, I'm fucking screwed. I gotta sit by the zone line while he does his thing, because that's a death sentence. He turns around and decides he wants to eat me for lunch. Dula says, I never played EQ, P99, or any of those old MMOs, so I think is this button in the way? So I think the game has appeal to younger folks who
chunkier.
Look forward to these old games that were so popular and wish they could have played them. I'm 25 and have some other friends around my age that enjoyed playing the game a lot more. Those old school features. Yeah, so that's an interesting point, Dula, and I think that's part of the reason. That's part of the reason behind us kind of doing this project, right? Is because like there's a lot of, we know there's a lot of folks out there, and then Sean has talked about this, I think, before, where there have been younger folks who have said things like, I wasn't old enough to play EverQuest when EverQuest was EverQuest. You missed that boat, and they always wondered what it was like because it sounds pretty cool, right? And there's no games that really capture that these days. There's no new games coming out that kind of check that box. So that's why the M&M project was started, is to check that box and see how it goes. And it seems like there's some folks that are into it, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it continues to be a positive trajectory, and we'll all be stoked playing stuff, killing things, slapping ogres, the usual. Gonna have dance parties in the Lizard Town. I loved killing Quanos guards on my evil Necro back in the day for their shields and stuff. Yeah, doing the Felwith guards. Felwith the Fell with Guards was such a cool camp, especially as an enchanter. It was like in my opinion, perfect money camp because as an enchanter, I could charm. I could either charm one of the guards and have him kill his friends, or I could grab the Paladin Guildmaster, and he was much stronger, so it was like a lot easier for him. Then I could loot all their fine steel weapons, and then as an enchanter, I had the added bonus of being able to turn into a high elf and then sell all those weapons that I just acquired in the same zone. And then there's a bank in there too, so I can stuff all my money in the bank immediately, so I'm not weighed down. So there's like, it's like perfect. There's and it's like I like the vibe of the zone too, like the kind of the greenery by the bridge with the yeah, it's fantastic. I wanted to level up a necromancer on Quorm. That was my intention, to level up an Ixar Necro on Quorm just so I could chill and do that camp again. I want to do it on a Necro because doing it as an enchanter is a little more stressful. I want to camp. I want to camp like that's more calm and chill, and I can do it kind of AFK. Doing it as an enchanter, you can't really be AFK because if you're charming stuff, you kind of need to be available for when those break, and then you need to kind of save yourselves. That's why I wanted a necromancer. So that was my intention, and then Kunark wasn't out at launch, so I was kind of waiting around for that. And now that it's kind of coming out soon, I actually did make the necromancer already. But at this point, I'm just like, it's gonna be a while to level it up. So, we'll see. I'm sure I'll get around to it. What color should these pants be? I feel like, let's try a red or a maroon. That's a cool maroon. Kind of like that. I don't know if they're supposed to be wearing maroon stuff. We did murder the bathhouse. Well, was that on the PvP server, or I didn't really check the PvP server too much. I hopped on there a little bit. Copy. What else can we do with this? Waist. We need a belt. Let's do cloth. I can do a bunch of major renaming now, actually, now that we're past the test. So I'm gonna have to go through and like clean up a bunch of these names and things. Gold 3. Let's try gold 3. Belt is number 9 on the list. Bracers. Those don't show up well. I can just grab this one, and then bracer is Wrist is 5. Okay. So go back to the game. Let's see. Y'all have me wanting to remake Anarchy Online. Y'all got the high fantasy on lock. Now we need high fantasy, high sci-fi. Well, if you tell that to Nick, he's a big fan of PlanetSide, which is a sci-fi shooter. I think if M&M doesn't work out, maybe he'll want to do that. Oh, there he goes. Nick, you said the magic. That's how you get Nick's attention. I should just, anytime I need to get Nick's attention in like DMs or something, I should just like start with like PlanetSide. So ears perk up like a cat or something. Hey, and Shane, just wanted to thank you all for the hard work and assistance this weekend. Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks for showing up. It was cool. Cool having everybody. I know everybody wanted it to go longer. I wouldn't have minded either. There we go. Look at this fancy lad. The TLPs in Quorum are decent, but no, the experience isn't the same when he was back live. Yeah. Yeah. We had someone get stuck on a corpse run because those NPCs didn't load in time and they explored and he died. Yeah, you know what? There was I was curious about that, but we have no real concept what level they are yet. I mean, you can con them, and I saw a lot of that where I think a lot of people got murdered by do I have a speed gem here? Let's see. I don't actually know where they are. I think they're over here. They're probably in the bends here. Like I think here there's some ill doers, if I'm not mistaken. Class specific feedback threads help a ton just because I can scroll through one. Let's see. Yeah, so this area is kind of like this is the slummy area of town, and they'll attack you. And right now I'm a level 60 rogue on this character, so they're all green to me. Everything's green to me. Even the watchman is level 60, but you can, if you hit C on your keyboard, when you have something targeted, it'll kind of give you a color-coded thing, and so you kind of have an idea. And if it's red, then it's much higher level than you. As to the exact level of these guys, I won't tell you because I don't know, first of all, but I'm not spilling too many beans here. But yeah, there was a bunch of people who there was kind of like a noticeable number of folks who died to like these guys, kind of rough, these ruffians here. And I was like a little puzzled because I was like, how are you, I guess like if you're not paying attention to who's gonna attack you and you just kind of wander and get killed, that's fine. But like they got stuck there. They couldn't recover their body. And I was like, how's that happening? But I guess it sounds like from your explanation that perhaps they wandered in, not seeing anything here, and they got quite far in. Like maybe they got like kind of far into this area, and then they got killed. And that's probably because of like server lag and stuff. So I could see you getting your body into a position that's kind of unrecoverable because it's too far in because stuff didn't load properly, and that's definitely something we need to look at. I think that's a kind of a major problem. Oh. Yeah, with time you'll figure it out. I think part of it sounds like part of the problem is not your fault. It's like a server issue, server lag problem. And once that's something that we kind of smooth out, then getting killed by that stuff will become your fault. I helped recover some folks' bodies from this situation. So yeah. Well, I guess if that sort of thing happens in the future, that's kind of what's going on. And hey, there's another forge here. I was leading noobs in there, then charging them to get their corpse as a rogue. That's a good idea. Yeah, just treat Night Harbor like New York and don't go down any dark alleyways, right? The city, like I said, the city is designed to be more than just like a location where your bank and merchants are. There's like, it's a dangerous city. There are places where people don't like you. People will kill you. So if you turn the wrong corner, and it's not just like we don't, when we say stuff like that, we don't say it just to be like, ooh, we're setting the atmosphere. It's a bustling city. No, like literally, if you go down the wrong road, you'll probably run into an area where there's dudes that are gonna kill you. They're designed to kill you. They want to kill you. There was a screenshot that it was posted where like there's the tower over here. Yeah, I think it's this one. The bridge, there's a little narrow bridge that kind of you cross to enter the entrance of this tower in the distance here. And it was littered with bodies because people weren't checking the guards. So pretty funny. I like I like that screenshot actually. Monsters and memories, we want to kill you. I mean, kinda, yeah. It's not an inaccurate statement. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I got sucker punch going. Yeah, this guy's got a sword now. Okay, I'm gonna grab all of these. This is 2. Just gonna go through and copy paste all these. 5. Oh. 7. 8 and 9. So Enchanter Trainer. Enchanter Trainer. Let's grab this. Paste. 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 So we go reload this guy now. He's got some digs now. He's got the same outfit as the other guy. I'm just gonna give him all this one outfit, and then we'll sort it out later. Just so they're not butt naked. That's usually step one. Do people not con anything? Apparently, well, here, I mean that's the thing, White Bandit. I think there's a lot of not conning going on, but I think also sounds like there's an issue where mobs aren't like visually appearing on your screen in time, so you're just wandering around and you're walking past entities that you can't see, which is a problem. Well, there's your problem. Load this gentleman and who's this other spells? Other guy should be good too. The mobs being invisible thing almost got me in Veil. That giant nearly. Hey, you gotta watch over those rogue giants. They got stealth. Doesn't make any sense how they could like be stealthy in the middle of a desert at that size, but you know, they're just that good, I guess. Finding like a really opportune cactus or something. Cast Invis on yourself. Can't see you. You can't see them. Yes. Does the flying keep in Veil have a name? Probably. Did I already get this dude? I think we already got this guy. Oh man. There's many things I could say about that flying keep, but I'm not going to. Nice try, FBI.
Howdy.
Howdy. Oh man, Dwivern? Dwivern, I got that right. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I'm running around town right now trying to fix some clothing, some wardrobe malfunctions that have transpired. There was a person complaining in OOC about dropping your spell book upon death and how stupid it was, and what was the point? The community responded by saying the point is to filter out the weak and annoying. That's not the point. I think we were kind of talking about this. The team was talking about this, and kind of my point of view is this. I feel like the merchant system, the way the merchants operate, how they'll only buy certain things, and the spellbook system, how when you die, your spellbook is on your corpse and you can't memorize spells again until you get your corpse back. Those two systems are the ones that kind of come up a lot for new folks. Like those are the kind of the two big ones that like the new player experience is met with, and there's a lot of vocalizing about their thoughts on it. And with the merchant system, when I first went through that, I was like, this is dumb. We should change this. I don't like this. But once I learned the city, and when I learned who to sell stuff to, I think I saw Lich, you mentioned it in game actually. It's or on Discord or something. It's a one-time investment. It's not really that high of an investment either, I think. Where once you learn who to sell rat teeth to and stuff like that, now you know, and that's solved, and you've then obtained a mastery of the game in a small level, in a small sense, and there's value in that. There's a sense of accomplishment, and the more you do that, it adds up. And when as soon as you kind of get a grasp for the whole city, you can kind of figure all that stuff out, and it's not an issue anymore. Or you can just like sell it to somebody else, or you can sell it to the greedy merchant or something. But I don't think it's as big of an issue, and it's a small cost, and there's a very big value in it. The value proposition is great because you can, for those folks who don't want to figure it out and they just sell to the greedy merchant, you can go.
Boom, money hats. Money hats for everybody. Boom, money hats.
Josie, thanks for the 5 there. Right in the yeah. So, what I was saying though was, for those that don't want to figure it out and they just sell to the greedy merchant, someone else who has figured it out can go to the greedy merchant, buy all that stuff up, and then sell it to the actual merchant, and they'll actually make a profit. So there's like another layer of gameplay that is created through that system. So I think I went from being a complainer about that system to a believer in that system. And so when new people come in and complain about that now, I'm just like, okay, well, you just need to figure it out, because it's proven itself, in my opinion. But with the spell book stuff, I feel like in my current position on it is that maybe it will be cool. Maybe it will prove itself. I don't know that it has yet. I'm willing to wait it out and see if it kind of turns out to be something interesting, because there are some interesting theories that have been talked about, right? I don't think it's gotten to that point. I think part of the issue with it is it's like, you know how you have in like P99 where you have like, you've gotten to a point in the game where you have a level 60 cleric alt kind of just sitting outside, and then your group dies and you're like, hang on guys, I'll switch to my cleric and I'll res everybody. You know, it's kind of like a high-end resource that you have after a lot of investment in the game. And I feel like the spellbook stuff is kind of like a level 60 cleric, because like having like an extra spellbook or something, because there's a monetary cost, like an in-game cost, to not only buying another spellbook, but also buying all the spells to put in that book and then keeping it in the bank or wherever else that you can keep it. There's a lot of other systems that are not in game yet that could assist with the spellbook situation, like mounts, or we've talked about potentially having droppable, like a chest that you can put on the ground, and then you can store stuff in. Like, so before you go into a dungeon or something, you know, you bind yourself out front, and then you drop a chest on the ground and you put like an extra spell book in there or something. And then it's kind of like it's like a creating your own save point. And so there's a lot of kind of potential there for that stuff that it's not in right now. So we don't know yet how it's going to really pan out. It hasn't had a chance yet. Like, we're still waiting on stuff. So that's kind of how I feel about it. Like, we'll see. I think there is potential there. It's kind of interesting. I think it's cool, the idea of being able to like give somebody your spell book to memorize the spell real quick, and then, you know, them giving it back. Like, there's a lot of community friction, community interaction that can happen there, and that's kind of the stuff that we were going for with the game. So but like I said, there's a lot of systems that is dependent on that, and so we'll see. So that's how I feel about that. It's my rant, or it's not really a rant, but like a discussion about it. Yeah, I was on Discord. I also showed some dude last night before server went down where to sell stuff, and it took me less than 5 minutes to show him all the vendors. Yeah, I mean, the vendor like night market is like a little loop. Like, you can get most of the stuff in there. I don't know if there's I don't know if there's other merchants that you have to go to that are a lot farther away. The server went down. We'll give it a sec. We'll have a little chat while we wait for that stuff to fix itself. Let's see if there's any updates while I'm doing this. That's
Make
what
it
I've.
chunkier.
Hey Keith, thanks for the resub, dude. Matrix Hunter says that's what I've been doing, just selling, grinding the hard way. Still no bag. Yeah, you know what? I told Sean this actually. This is the only game, like, typically the gameplay that I like to do is like, I like to just like grind and kill stuff, right? And typically in games, when I start, I just want to get out there and I just want to start committing murders, right? I want to go find like the snakes and the rats, and I just want to like put my fist through their face as quickly and as rapidly as possible. I don't have time to listen to Jimmy Bob and his woes about like how the plague killed his family, and he needs like he needs me to take a note to Betty about like some nonsense. I don't care. I don't care, Billy Bob. I want to punch some fucking rats, okay? But like Monsters and Memories is the first game where it's like I don't mind actually kind of roaming around town a little bit and like doing the merchant game. It's actually really, it's kind of enjoyable. It's chill, and like it's cool. It kind of gets you set up. Like you probably have to kill. You need a little bit of you need to punch at least one rat in the face to get some money to like kind of start buying and selling stuff. But I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's kind of fun to like kind of dumpster diving in EverQuest was always fun, and I feel like what we've done is we've taken that and we've actually really added onto it. Like it's a really fantastic system. I think it's funny how like how against the system I was at first and how much I love it now. Chronos Zero says, I was skeptical at first, but I really like it now. Especially since it means merchants sell the type of items that they buy from players. So it keeps things organized. Yeah, that's the other thing too, right? Like, for the OCD minded like myself, it's kind of nice. You know, you can go, if you're like trying to dumpster dive for something specific, you can kind of figure out which merchant like sells that or will buy that stuff, and then you know you can, if you're looking for something specific, you can check those guys, and you know that maybe you'll find it, or it's not for sale, right? Oh, come on, you. Oh man. Thulin says, I think the big thing people have to remember is not everyone is going to like these systems. The merchant one is an opt-in system. You don't have to participate. Find shady merchant and move on. The spellbook thing, you don't have a choice. It just is that way. I personally like it because of all the years of being equipment dependent, and it's time for casters to suffer. That's a very, very good point, Thulin, that I don't think, I don't know if anyone's pointed out. The merchant thing being optional and the spellbook thing being mandatory for everybody. I've never thought about it like that. That's interesting. But it's also fair. It's a fair, like, I think part of the reason for it is what you mentioned is like casters always kind of got like a leg up in EverQuest because their spells didn't, they kept their spells. And it's kind of like a bit of a leveling the playing field in a way. But I don't know. I think I still feel like we need like the other supporting systems to kind of be a thing to see if that helps. Like it's kind of like putting it in is sort of a thing that you have to overcome. Like it's you died and now you have a problem to solve, like a big problem. And there's many ways you can solve it. And there's many ways you can make it easier on yourself if you preemptively prepared stuff. So I don't know. I yeah. See, Nick was against the merchant system too, and he likes it now. I think it's proved itself. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. This Nick says, I came around a lot faster to the spellbook one because I figured it out pretty quickly. The Sneaky Russian says, y'all going to let us do EQS type player merchant systems? Let us set up one of those empty houses with offline player merchants. Nick says, we shall see, but likely. Not sure how it will function yet 100%. Okay, let's see if the server's back on. We'll probably make it so you can't cheese level 1 rogues. Yeah, so dragging getting a level 1 rogue to drag your corpse through a high level dragon dungeon, probably not going to be a thing. Is having a level 60 cleric res, is that considered cheesing or is that considered a resource? You put in the time to level up a cleric. So why should you not be able to use that resource that you have? I think the problem with the level 1 rogue is that there's no time investment. It's you literally made a new character, then you just ran him over to wherever your stuff was. Like, you didn't put really any time into that character. It's not really a resource. That's why it's. I mean, it's a resource in a sense, but it's not like you didn't put effort into it, and therefore the ability to use it as a means to grab your corpse from the bottom of a very high level dungeon, the time investment to the reward or the what the value of it is a little bit off, and that's why it's people would consider it cheesing it, I guess. Well, it doesn't have to be a boxed cleric though, Hulan. If you have a cleric on your account, you just log off your character, log in the cleric, and then you res your party. Obviously you wouldn't get the res unless somebody else in the group also has a cleric. I mean, that's just having a cleric on your account that you swap to res your friends. That's a kind of a normal thing. Yeah, of course, like if you have like a box cleric, like a level 60 cleric that's you're boxing and then have following you around everywhere and just like kind of power leveling you, that's a bit of a cheese, yeah. Yeah, man, you need to start streaming again. Everybody wants to hear and see your lovely self. I try my best to answer the questions that I don't know all the things for, but yeah, you guys like get on my case about spilling beans. I'm like, I'm just trying to answer questions, man. Huh? Reload target. I don't think I finished. Hey, Scruffy. Who designed the merchant system? I love it. That I think. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Nick. I would say that A Loving Robot is the mastermind behind the merchant system. I want to say he at least is a very strong proponent of it when everyone else was telling him to change it. So I don't know if he designed it or Ollie built it and then Sean just like defended it. But I don't know, maybe it's a team effort. We all did it. I don't know. Yeah, I think yeah, Sean and Ollie, because like Sean was definitely the one who kind of stood up for it in the when everyone was telling him to change it. So but I don't know if he actually did any of the legwork or not for it. But But if I say it's a team effort, then I get some credit too. So you're welcome. Okay. Do this. Pasting some of these things into this thing. It's got the outfit. Yeah. We got Pia. We got Pia and we got Pua. A Pia and a Pua. Twins. They always strike at the same time. If you know what I mean. Yeah, well, that ruins the joke, though, Nick. I prefer my version. Okay. Number 7. This is number 7. This is 8 and 9. Time set. Let's make it brighter. Let's reload target. All right, cool. So I got some. They all got their little cult uniforms on now. Let's see if I missed anybody. Let's go downstairs. Got her. They got their Nikes and oh, stupid door. Oh my god. I think that's everybody. He's got his. Those guys got theirs. Okay, let's call that good. I don't know if there's any other dudes that were naked or anything. Oh, he fixed his name. Is that why the server reset? Okay. Cool. I don't know if this guy's part of the group. He's got a different outfit. I'm just gonna leave him alone. Oh yeah. I didn't see that. Sneaky. Yeah, all the CGs should all be the team y'all are putting in the work. Drodak says, so what would be the threshold level of a rogue to drag? Would mobs would have to have a C stealth mechanic based on level, and even then people will level a rogue to a certain level to circumvent the mechanic. I mean, I don't know what the answer to that would be. You know, there's many ways we could handle that, I'm sure. Just to throw an idea out there as like a dumb suggestion, it's not necessarily what we may or go with or anything, but like off the top of my head, the first thing that comes to mind is like like 5 level difference or something. If it's like, if something is a red con to you, maybe it would see you. It would see through your stealth or something like that. But I don't know, maybe there's a more elegant way to do it. Maybe that's how we want to do it. I don't know. I mean, maybe it would be higher. I don't know, man. It depends on what the intention is, right? Is the intention to prevent a level 1 rogue from being the corpse dragger? If that's the cheese that we want to prevent, then is that the route, or is that like a general way that invis and stealth would work in the game? Or would there be some other way to is there, if that's not a good way to do it, then is there another way? Like, is there another way to do the prevent level 1 rogues from dragon corpse without kind of kneecapping the rogue as a whole? Nick is like a rogue player. He's a fan of the rogue, so I imagine he'll be a proponent of, he'll be standing up for the rogues in their ability to do stuff. So give monsters see invis certain mobs. Yeah, I mean that's one way to do it, right? I think, I mean, that was one thing I was talking about doing anyways. Like in Wormsbane, there's a lot of skeletons, right? If you have seen viz, then you can run around the entire dungeon pretty much without any problems. And I was saying, like, I don't know, maybe we should throw like a crypt beetle in there that wanders the hallway or something, or like that is like shares the spawn timer as one of the patrols in the hallway. So occasionally you'll like run into something that isn't an undead that will break your invis, right? Kind of like a thing. But also, like, it's a level 1, it's like a low level dungeon, so do we want to do that at that level? That's something we definitely should do at some point, right? To increase difficulty, but maybe it's not something we want to do for Wormsbane specifically or not. But I like the thought of that, like City of Mist comes to mind. Is that, or not City? I mean, City of Mist is one of them, I guess. But I guess what I'm thinking of is Howling Stones. Howling Stones is, there's a lot of undead in there, and you can run around a lot of it with see invis, but or invis versus undead, I mean. But occasionally you'll run across a goo that can see you. And it's not a problem if you have double invis in that game. But I don't know if you guys noticed, but I think we prevent you from having double invis in our game, so that you have to kind of deal with the consequences. Use see rogue stealth. Yeah, so it's a goo, an animal. A gooey animal. Does anybody happen to notice any other like weird issues with like armor and stuff that I could fix right now, by the way? While we are running around fixing stuff, if you guys remember anything, let me know. I would like to fix stuff right now. Goblin helms. Goblin leather hood. Oh, clips. I fixed that actually. It just didn't get into builds, I think. Goblin pouches didn't attach properly. Tattered Rawhide has no graphic on character. I think I fixed a bunch of that stuff already, actually. Wood Elves don't have helms right now because I didn't set up the helms yet for them. I suppose we could try and do a little bit of that, maybe. Depending on how stuff goes with the other things. Did you fix the Enchanter Trainer being nude? Yeah, we just did that. I did notice like some of the pouches on, I think it was an Ogre or something, didn't look right. So I could check those. Illusion clothes. Person in Bard's Guild had apron. Yeah, so I think that one's fixed as well. I'll double check that. Let me take a look at some of these other ones. Yeah, the Ogre belt pouches were a little floaty. Yes, I think I noticed that. Let's take a look. Ouch. Ouch. And pouch. Okay, so this is what it's supposed to look like on the belt line there. So let's change this to an Ogre. Yeah, they're a little bit low. They're a little bit low there. And that one looks like it's too high, but it's actually in the right spot, I think. We load a belt in here. Yeah. I mean, maybe they could be a little bit higher, but it's probably fine. So let's make these a little bit higher. We duplicate this page. Ogre. Ogre. Nail. Okay. So we go here. Grab this guy, make sure we're on local, just push it up. Then I'm gonna copy all these numbers. Grab this one, do the same thing. They kind of like, they float around a little bit like that. And maybe, I don't know, maybe there's another bone that I could attach them to. I'll have to look into that and see if, maybe I'll see if I can get Arca staff to put a bone on there for these things or something, but I think as long as they're like in the right at the right height. It's probably fine though. Um, appreciate it. Y'all doing something amazing, and everyone I played with had a blast. It's good to hear. Glad you guys had fun. It's like I said, it's the feedback has been so overwhelmingly positive that I don't even know what to do with myself. I don't know what to do with my hands. So, just back to the grindstone for it, you know? Jazz hands. Work faster, we demand it. Okay. I think the saying is take our money. Yeah, well, we're not taking money as a team or anything right now. There's no like you know, pledge packaging type stuff right now. I did, you know, I have some of the folks streaming, doing the freelance stuff, such as myself and Goblin. We have little donate buttons. That money, any of that money, like, at least I'll speak for myself on that. It goes right, you know, well, it goes, I think for both of us, it goes into our pockets individually. And so, for myself anyway, that helps me a lot because that's what I buy food and stuff with. So you're fueling the development of the game directly, but it's optional. Nobody has to do anything. Scruffy Bart says had a ton of fun playing with the community, made new friends even. Thank you team for hosting us. That's good to hear. Pouches all the same size, or can the
Boom, money hats. Money hats for everybody. Boom, money hats.
fully clothed money hat enjoyer 420? These are some good names. Thank you for the 5 there. Appreciate it. Fully clothed enjoyer. That's funny. I've lost my train of thought. The money hat song always kind of derails my train of thought. I was saying something about the pouches. I was reading something. Yeah, pouches all the same size, or can they be bigger based on race? They are bigger or smaller based on race. Yes. So if we go like, look how big this one is. Like they're like, I try to make them look like relative to the size of the body and stuff, right? Because it needs to be, it needs to fit on there, right? So like this large size thing, if I go to gnome, for example, they're gonna be smaller. What the fuck happened to your stuff, bro? Why are you sagging your pouches? What the heck? What's going on? You know what? Saggy pouches, it happens to everybody, man. It's okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you self-conscious. You know, my pouches are kind of saggy too, I'll be honest. It's fine. Get to that age when happens, you know? It's just a normal thing. I don't know how these got moved though.
Boom, money hats. Money hats for everybody. Boom, money hats.
Hey Lisava, thanks for the feeding the lizards there. I appreciate it. Wish the test was a whole month or something for the sub there. I don't know. I wonder. This is something I don't even know actually. I wonder if we'll get to a point where we'll have. I mean, imagine this will. This is the inevitability there of this. Like eventually, I would hope and I would assume that the tests will become longer as we progress. Hey Nick, Nick? You're still there? Here, I got a question for you, Nick. This is something I was thinking about. When we get higher level content out, let's say we get to a point where we have like a level 30 dungeon. Are we gonna? Do you think the plan is to like have progressive tests so that people can get to level 30 naturally in order to test that stuff, or do you think we'll get to a point where we're going to be like, all right, here's an NPC that'll set your level to 30 so you can go test this dungeon or something? You think we'll ever do any of that stuff, or are we just gonna try and keep it like kind of organic? So I'm just curious. Level 30 dungeon is killing town guards. Well, if we make a dungeon specifically for that level range, though, you know. Don't know if it will be for public tests or not. And there's also stuff I'd like to just not have tested. And when I say
boom, money hats. Money hats for everybody. Boom, money hats.
damn, dude, that's a big derail there. Thanks. I appreciate it, dude. It's that's like I don't know. That's a bunch of can of beans right there. It's a month worth of bean cans. I shall eat like a king tonight. It's a full train derail. Yeah. That's like it's like a monk FDing on somebody right there. It's a $50 pasta. Yeah, it's one really expensive pasta. Yeah, what the heck? You know what? Just spend all my money in one place. Okay. Hope I was noodling on all the right things here. Actually, it's easy to get those mixed up. But yeah, long story short, want to try to avoid some spoilers at the cost of having a test more internal. That makes sense. I could see that being a thing. So then is that like, well, maybe I'll answer my follow or ask my follow DMs or something. But yeah, I was just curious because I was thinking about that the other night or something. It's like, I wonder if we'll ever do that, because so far the tests that we've done publicly and stuff have all been like really organic, and I think there's that's like it's really cool actually. I think there's value in that. For a number of reasons. I think and maybe some of the stuff that we learn from other zones we can easily apply to stuff. So finding guild masters is like epic quests sometimes. Are you talking about Jafar? Because I know Jafar, someone literally said that, like, finding Jafar was like an epic quest because he's so difficult to find. Okay, her stuff's good. I feel compelled to check everybody's pouches now, because I don't know how those two got moved. These are a little bit low as well. Although, what I should be doing here is, for one of these, I need a spell book. Okay, now I need to go back to Gnome. What the? Oh, right, it didn't save. Okay. I almost lost my shit. So let me just punch in these. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so is that too high? Because I think what I had them a little bit lower so that like the top of the spell book was kind of at the edge there, but I don't know. I don't think that's bad either. Maybe I'll just leave it. Hey, Chinity.
Quick question. When was the last time you hit save?
Dozakar blowing the remind me to save 1 hour. Is it an hour? It's on an hour cooldown now. This guys kept spamming me. Spamming me with your beetle butts. Build a save emote and we can remind you. Velcro. It's just Velcroed on there. Shinidi says, can't wait to do my epic logging axe quest so I can one-shot trees. That'd be pretty cool. You know what'd be cool is if you had like a whirlwind lumberjack ability where you just like spun around with the axe out like in World of Warcraft and just all the wood in the area just kind of like auto inventoried into you. Like it had the animation. Like just make the game really ridiculous now. Okay. Gnome is weird, but I fixed those, or I didn't fix them, but I saved the locations. Female gnome was good. I want to go back to Ogre just to double check because I forgot about the book thing. That's not the correct one. Let's just make sure this makes sense. It's fine. I think maybe technically it might clip a little bit, but I think it's fine. It's fine. I did actually notice another thing here. Let me pull up the copper breastplate. Oh no, the copper chain tunic is what I want. So I have I was playing a Shadow Knight, an Ogre Shadow Knight, and I was noticing that Maybe it's the belt. One of the items that I have, the texture was a little wonky. I could see it underneath. Let's see. Need a light. Need to light up his bottom.
Rear. Spam, 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 spam. Spam, 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 spam.
I like how he kind of stopped for a little bit, making me think that he was done, and then he kept going again. That's pretty funny. Will this light up anything? Okay. It's not an actual light. Yes. Oh my goodness. You know, it was funnier when you guys did the song lyrics. Let's go back to that. Gonna
Newsflash, spam is annoying.
Okay, yeah, this one does have it. So there's like a little bit of chain thong situation going on here. And the texture. I wonder if I can locate that. Open in Photoshop. Spam, 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 spam. Chain thong. Open. So we grab this guy. Paste it here. Yeah, right here. I see exactly what's going on.
Monkey Pete Art is raiding with 18 viewers.
Hey, dude. Thanks for the raid, man. There's some other weird stuff going on in this too. Chastity belt. Yeah, it's kind of a chastity situation. Just a little bit of overage on the texture, I guess. How was the what? How did you even? I didn't know you could even do that. That's like a new thing or something. What is on-screen celebration? I didn't know that was a thing you could do. I still have this EQ guesser speedrun thing on there. I need to get rid of that. But yeah, man, thanks for the raid, dude. How's the rat man coming? That was looking pretty cool. And I'll have to watch the VOD because I want to see you start the texture on that. I've been going around today, Night Harbor, and just because there's a couple changes that happened before the test happened. Like some files and stuff changed, and I kind of goofed and wound up creating a little bit of a nudist colony in the Enchanter Guild. So I wanted to go and fix that. And there's a couple other things that happened. Some other issues that happened that I needed to fix as well. So today we're just going around fixing minor things that I noticed in the test. So that's today's stuff. Taking it slow, getting back into stuff because the weekend test was, well, like I was there the whole time, so I'm kind of a little run down from everything too. Let's get rid of this. There's like a little bit of a booger here too. This. Oh, what the fuck? What's all this? This is disgusting. Who signed off on this? Oh my god. Oh my goodness. The thing in the bottom right looks somewhat inappropriate. What thing in the bottom right? Oh wait. Are you guys responsible for the tattered cloth robe on the female gnome not covering anything? I mean, I would be responsible for that if that's occurring. I can take a look. There was some, hopefully there wasn't any like nip slippage or anything. I don't think I saw any nip slippage, but I know that the tattered cloth robe has a texture that's like incomplete and it's kind of showing more than it maybe it should right now. Well, that's good enough for now. All right, so that's fixed. Let's go to. If I make a new, if I switch, is this gonna reset everything? No. Okay, let me go back.
Howdy.
Oh man, I need to. Let's restart this. Are you the guy responsible for the tattered cloth robe on the female gnome not covering anything?
Howdy.
Yes, I am responsible. Or chain thong protecting your butthole since 1999. That thing on the bottom right looks somewhat. What did I miss that was inappropriate? Or are we just goofing? Howdy. Eoswins and the one Mathase. Thanks for the follow, guys. I should learn how to be a better streamer and shout out Monkey Pit Art here, who it does the art for. Damn, what's the shout out? Monkey Pit Art. There we go. There's Monkey Pit Art. I think I don't remember the kind of the name you go by. Brosnan, is it? Bronson? Is it Bronson? You're throwing me off because like your Twitch name isn't the name you go by in the community. So But I think it's Bronson, right? Bronson does the art for Pantheon. He's the character artist for Pantheon. So he started streaming too recently, which is cool. It's cool seeing their workflow and stuff, and so they get higher fidelity characters than our low poly stuff. So as a sculptor myself, I enjoy observing that stuff. So, but let's take a look at the tattered. I changed that one already, so it's probably fine now, but just to double check. Tattered cloth robe. So this is what it looks like now. Because I know it was using a different texture, an incomplete texture that had some stuff hanging out. So no, I mean it's a texture change, though. It's they're all the same. Which one was it using though? Let's just do some investigative things here. Yeah, so this is the one that it was using, right? Did it have the stripe on it, or was it just was it like this? No stripe. Okay. Yeah. So that's definitely unintentional. This robe, this texture is not complete, obviously. I don't know how this one got assigned. Maybe I just missed it. But I just switched it to this one for now. We'll go back. We'll move stuff around probably when we get more textures in. But yeah. So fixed the nip slip. Good thing she doesn't have any nips to slip though, right? Hey Valora, thanks for the resub there, man. How's the energy within the team after the awesome playtest? Keep up the great work. Yeah, everybody's stoked. Sean gave a nice little speech about how great we are and stuff, or how proud he is of us. Sean Dad was like, "Good job, sons." And then he posted a photo of a gnome flipping everybody off. So kind of mixed messages there, but yeah, I guess anyway. I'm not even joking about that gnome photo. He's like, "Good job, team. You guys are a great team." And then he just posted a gnome going like so anyway, proud enough to turn the server back on. I don't know about that. Sounds like a Sean thing to do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it definitely Lich influence. Lich is hanging around Sean too much. Sean's hanging around Lich too much. All right, let me pull up, let me keep going through these pouches. I'm gonna like just check them all real quick. If I do nothing else this stream, it will be fixing the pouch, the slouchy pouch plague that is going on right now. If Sean doesn't walk out with a gnome head like that, if we ever had a Eminem fanfare, I will be very disappointed. Yeah, dude, I will fucking, I'll get one 3D printed. We'll give it to him, and we'll make him do it. Yes, he's gonna be like the what's that DJ with the helmet on? I forget that. He's got the dead mouse or something. He'll be the dead mouse of I guess Marshmallow too. Dead Marshmallow. Okay, so this pouch is good. Let's do humans are probably fine. I didn't notice any weirdness there. Some okay, so female. You know what, one thing I'm kind of noticing too. Are these moving more in sync with the body? I feel like these are moving better than the other races. And I think I know what's going on there. See how there's like a bit of a drift? Like this isn't moving with the breathing. I think I know what's going on with that. Hips do that. Well, yeah, the hips move, right? But these aren't moving the way they should, I feel like. So let me message the animator real quick. Oh, you know what? Maybe that isn't the issue because these aren't. No, I'm thinking of something else. I don't know. This might be a separate issue now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, well, whatever. At any rate, the positioning of this is fine. So let's go dwarf. Check dwarf. Not that you can tell where any of his stuff is, but wonder if you could just add a running animation to the character screen there, so you won't have to keep logging them in to see things in motion. Yeah, Corvid, that was one thing that we were talking about, was like it would be useful to have, well, like the next iteration of the dressing room, we're probably going to want it animation support or something. The gaps caused are just the female waist being slimmer. It's not the gap that I'm looking at. It's the way it moves. Like it's sliding, kind of. It looks like it's sort of sliding over the area. Like it's not anchored. It doesn't look like it's anchored properly to the location. And I wonder if these are attached to the wrong... I could just try putting them on a different thing. Maybe I'll have to just put it... I think I'm gonna have to move those to a different bone or something. That's what I'm learning right now. What are they parented to? Just the hip? Yeah, it's the so there's like the hip bone, and then there's like a pelvis right and a pelvis left, and I'm beginning to think that maybe I need to use. I'll have to try those and see, because like another thing that that happens is when they're lifting their leg and stuff, when they're moving, these kind of hip attachments don't move, right? I wonder if I don't know, I could try putting it on the leg even, or the upper thigh or something, and see, because like if I attach them to a bone that moves when you walk, maybe that would make it look better. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try. I'll try some stuff, but I'm not gonna do all that shenanigans right now. I'm just moving them up for the time being, and recording the data. Crap. Okay, this page. Migs Live says, I noticed that pouches and such seem to clip through the clothing. Is that something that is hopefully getting looked at? Is that what I'm trying to fix right now? I'm not trying to fix that right now, but it is something that I would like to try and fix at some point. That's why I was just talking about maybe moving them to so the way it works is like we have the rig. The rig has all the bones, all these different bones that actually move the body. And then in Unity, I add an extra, like it's a fake bone that I attach in Unity only. It doesn't happen in the rigging process. So in Blender, it doesn't have this bone, but in Unity, it's something I add in. And then the way it works is it kind of like sticks on to one of the bones, and then it moves around with whatever movement that bone does. And then when you equip an item, that item gets attached to that sort of dummy bone. And then the item adopts the rotation of the dummy bone, and the dummy bone adopts all the motion of the actual rigged bone. So that's kind of how the hierarchy works. And so that's why I'm able to move these guys right here, because what I'm doing is I'm moving around the dummy bone. It's not a real bone. You can't actually move the real bones in Unity like this. So I'm able to just kind of move these around as I see fit, and I just need to make sure I save the values that I change them to, because they can get wiped out accidentally and stuff sometimes. So but the clipping issue is due to them not moving properly, because they're not attached to the right bone. So if I move the dummy bones to a different bone, rigged bone, then maybe they'll move differently, and then maybe that will reduce the amount of clipping. But I think ultimately there's going to be a certain amount of clipping that's going to happen. It's kind of unavoidable for our situation. The only way to like really get it to look a lot better without any of that stuff is to incorporate the attachment bones into the actual rigged mesh, and have those animate in a very specific way, so that when you lift your leg, that attachment bone would move in a certain way. But that's not a standard bone. It's like an additional bone that's being added to the rig. And I think that creates some complications with some of the animation retargeting that we're employing, because we only have so much of Arkenstaff and now Jimmy, and they can't really do all the crazy animations, so we have to be kind of economical about how we go about this stuff. So and also the characters are so low poly, you know, there's only so much kind of leeway that the mesh will give us as well. And in addition to the poly count, there's also the weird proportions that some of our guys are, like this dwarf. He's got these stubby little legs, right? So there's a lot of things that are just going to be the way it's going to be, right? We're not going to get it to be like so realistic that there's no clipping and there's just like it all makes sense. Like right off the bat, this doesn't make sense. This is a weirdly shaped thing. So, but we can do the best we can, and trying to alleviate some of the stuff. Maybe moving these guys to a different bone would help. Let's take a look at the female. I don't know how all of these got wonked out. Does she not even have any? There's no way. Okay. You know what I'm curious about actually with this thing? One of these leathers. Yeah. It's a bit struggling there to hang in. Wasn't there another one? I'm trying to remember which. Some textures that oh, doesn't really matter right now. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know why she doesn't even have stuff though. So I need to look into that. Some weird shit going on with I don't know, maybe some rollbacks happened or something. Let's do halfling. The halflings are fine. I wonder if I use the spell book as the thing, because if I do that, it looks kind of more normal. That's kind of low though. I don't know. I think we don't have the lantern. Is the lantern not in here? Am I blind? Oh well. I'm gonna move these up a little bit. The dwarf female had a missing body mid-June during test. Maybe that all got deleted then. Well, that was a texture issue. That wasn't a a model issue. So that wouldn't have, that shouldn't have caused any of this. That was because I changed some names of things. Some names of textures. Ugh. Man. Conan XLs comes to Eminem. Yeah. There's gonna be some cleavage in this game, okay? Just so we're all on the same page about it.
Make it chunkier.
Some booby nuggets. Or female. Wait, this is the halfling. Ugh. D-Worlds. D-Word. D-Wordus? D-Wordus. Man. My brain is starting to turn to mush. Thank you for the Prime sub, though, man. I appreciate your support. How does she see through that hair? She uses like you know, so the one thing about the halflings is they don't wear shoes, right? So think about, like, if you ever watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, how Toph doesn't wear shoes, or she punches the bottom of the shoes out, so she's always like got the feet on the floor. Halflings kind of have that tremor sense, yeah. Oh, what the fuck? Oh my god. You know what? I'm too tired to fucking deal with this right now. I need to actually set some of these values to something. So let's go to let's find the ogre. And we'll actually adjust his thing. Which at some point I'm gonna have to reparent, I'm sure. So, ogre, male, attachment 1. Let's go like this. Attachment 2. Air ray vision. Yeah, what if we had like infravision and ultravision and then air vision? What if you had to pick the hair ray vision in order to unlock those hairstyles? Or better yet, you get those hairstyles, but if you don't pick the hair vision, then you can't see. You know, like your screen is just blinded out, blacked out, all the time, unless you put on like a helmet or something, so your hair's out of the way. Hmm. Seven, Jesus. It's It's month 7. We're on the 7th month of the year. It is now July 2024. Cannot believe it. Okay, let's go to Gnome. So this is good. We'll go Gnome. Gnome male. Move these up a little bit. Oh shit, I just fucked that up. Son of a bitch.
Howdy.
Howdy. Crack-a-lackin'. How's it going? Thanks for the follow, man. That's a cool name. I dig it. And it's easy to say, pronounce. Got people commenting here with names like Wackadoo Snatcherino or something, and I'm just like, I don't know how to say this. You're making me look foolish. Got people coming in here with Crack-a-lackin' and John, that easy words for my dumb brain to process. Hey, thanks, man. Okay, so this guy needs to be this guy. Alright. Okay, so those ones, not orc, ogre and gnome. They have their saggy pouch. Situation is under control. I need to scroll up a ton here, and see if I can reread some of the stuff you guys were saying. Okay, I think chat is, it only goes up so far apparently. Trying to remember some of the other stuff you guys called out. I know there was like something about some boots. I think it was the tattered boots weren't showing up. Was it? I'll check both, but I remember that was one that I had fixed. If we go to feet, tattered. Was it? It wasn't tattered cloth, was it? I don't think rawhide or tattered or shine. The tattered leather? Rawhide. Boots. These ones show. But I don't... Tattered cloth. Okay. I think these might have been ones that I fixed, like, after the cutoff. So they might not have gotten in, but they're fixed now, so the next build they'll be in. So I think we're good now. They didn't make it into the test build. unfortunately. I don't think rawhide or tattered were showing. I think tattered cloth shoes, possibly patched cloth. Okay. Patched cloth boots. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these are like some of these are the newer textures, so I think we're good now, but yeah, they weren't there. No, they're the thing. Rawhide leggings on human female were showing up fully black. Where are my pants? Rawhide leggings. This texture is like an older texture. I need to replace this. I think this one might have been like the. Why is this? Wait. Oh wait. Rawhide leather. Okay. Yeah. Some of them are in a bit of a state. I've said this before that like, we have like for some reason, we've inadvertently wound up with like 7 different like plate armor sets, and like no leather, one cloth kind of, not even a complete set, and then like the one chain that we made. So we're in a bit of a armor texture deficit right now, which is why everything's a little bit funky. We're working on trying to get some of those going lately, and then we'll need to do the same thing with weapons and stuff. We have a lot of weapons that are like the old placeholder stuff, but we need to replace those with like more things, more specific things. So the boys do love their plate mail. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I don't know how. I don't even really know why or how it happened. Did you, hey ZBrush, did you start that chain already? What are those? Okay, so let's go to Ogre and check how those his pouches, his saggy pouches are doing. Just to confirm that we did a good job. His pouches are no longer saggy. That's good. Someone high pulling the strings, yeah. Okay, yeah, no worries, man. Just curious. Need to go through and adjust some UVs, it seems, for a lot of these guys now that we got the armors. Now that we got more armor, we're discovering a bunch of goofed up UVs and things.
Howdy.
Howdy. Long Tooths. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Let's think here. Let me go to the female gnome. Okay, her stuff looks fine. What was the halflings that I was noodling on somebody's? Oh, that belt is a fake belt though. I need to not use that belt as a. These paints tricked me. Where's the actual belt? Look at that double belt action. These pants are fake pants. Let me go to. Let me check the merchant one. Merchant 2. Oh, that's feet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What is going on here? There we go. Hmm. I'm gonna move these up. More belts. Everything needs more belts. Belt on belt action. Ready for the belt house. 2 things. When I put on boots as a halfling, I think it got rid of the hairy feet. Also, I wore 3 hats for some reason, just visually. The hair, your hairy feet going away thing is a known problem. Waiting on some more stuff for that fix. The wearing 3 hats visually thing, that sounds like a loading issue. Were any of them like just white? Like no texture? Was 2 hats and the hair. Were any of those like white, no texture items? Because that could be just like a it didn't load the stuff properly kind of thing. And I don't know. That's like a tech problem. That's a tech kind of loading issue, I think. I don't think they were no texture. Okay. Well, maybe it was just I mean, I think either way, like having multiple hats at the same time is, you know, it's a loading issue. So I'm gonna, yeah, I don't know how to deal with that from my end. So, oh shucks. But it's good to know. Thank you for telling me. I will pass it along to those that may be able to address it. Let's go to the female, see her stuff. Is that a tobacco pouch? It could be if you put tobacco in there. It's just a pouch. You can put whatever you want in there. So if you want it to be a tobacco pouch, you can make it a tobacco pouch. These are not the same Ore, food, Twinkies. All of them things. This is my ore pouch, and this is my Twinkie pouch. Don't get those confused. All right. Okay. Y'all end up with smashed Twinkies or sticky ones. Yeah. Right on. Okay, so let's go and adjust those before I forget. Let's go here. Find halfling. Digging into the doodads here. Tell them about the Twinkie. You haven't lived until you've had your Twinkie smashed. Whoa, 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 pineapple. Corvid, we're not that kind of stream, bro. You can get away with that stuff on Sean's stream, maybe. I don't know, he's got just some weird stuff over there, but here, we've got standards, okay? We may draw dong locks and do fart jokes, but we don't smash Twinkies, alright? Got standards here. Very low standards, but they're there. My favorite thing is knowing that Zukan rarely pre-reads messages before saying them. Yeah, you guys will get a live reaction. I don't know, people reread stuff? That's crazy. Who does that? That means you gotta read it twice. Well, how much more efficient it is to just get in trouble on stream. I know this is super exciting stream stuff here. And all that, but okay. Standards lower than gnome butts, but there, yeah. Our standards here are lower than the saggy pouches, but you still must respect them. I ain't got no time to be reading no words. Rereading no words. Okay. So here's the plan right now. Gonna go through one last time with everybody on these pouches, and then just make sure everything's good. And if there's anyone that still has really saggy pouches, we'll address it. But then after that, after the saggy pouch crisis is contained, I think that may be the end for tonight. I need to do some food, and I need to do some other things, and I need to just like kind of take a break. So just as a heads up. So Goblin, we didn't check Goblins yet. They've got some really saggy pouches. Okay. Dang it. Duplicate this. I mean, part of the issue is that there's some weird stuff going on right here too. That's a weird indent that they have. I don't know what's going on with that. I ain't got time to read. Yeah. Let me switch these to spell books real quick. Just want to see, because like it probably looks more normal. It's number 2. Probably looks kind of acceptable with the spell book on there, and then pouch is just really low. I'm gonna move them up. I'm still gonna move them up. But just checking. Okay, so if I do this, let's grab this one. All right. That makes sense. So the amount that he's moving up and down makes this a little more challenging as well. It's like trying to hit a moving target. Oh, dang it. Well, let's pause it. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Well, what did I just do? That would be the smart thing, wouldn't it? I'm not smart though. Like I said, my brain is turning to mush right now, so. It's weird that it kicks me to that screen. I'm going to turn this into a pouch as well. Okay. Wicked. Let's do check the female lady. Lady Gabo here. It's kind of floating weirdly. Let's bring that in. She's got like no waist, so maybe these should be a little bit smaller even. I think maybe part of why they're kind of in a weird spot is like I didn't realize that I could pause the play last time I was doing these, so I just gave up. I bet that's what happened. That's probably something I was just like, fuck this. No one will notice. Can I make that smaller? Okay. Sorry this is like kind of boring and stuff. It's not super interesting or super artsy or what have you. But somebody's gotta move the pouches, so. Somebody's gotta do it. Trying to think of some cool stuff I could do though, like if there's any like kind of quickie things that I could do real that would be fun to do, maybe like some weapons or something. Wouldn't take too much time. Or just yeah. Okay. We are getting graphical representation of our pouches. Yes. Yes, the spell book. The spell book and the pouch. Like those those three little those belt slots in your inventory? Anything that goes in that slot will show up on your character. So right now by default you have the spell book that goes in there, but you can buy pouches that are actual containers, like they're little backpacks, and they'll show up on your hip like that. If you buy the lantern will show up on there. Although I feel like we need to kind of rework the model so it works better or something. That's really all we have right now. We have technically like a hip quiver thing, but that doesn't really work. I don't know. There's some issues that we haven't really quite talked about with hip mounted things. They were in game already? Must have not noticed. If you hip quiver has a model. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know what the situation was with the hip quiver specifically, but it could, like I said, there's some problems with it because it's a very long rectangle that you fit on your hip. There's the 3 locations, right? Like if we go, what are we doing? We're doing the goblin right now. Where's the goblin? This guy. Oh, this guy's a little wonked up, so why is stuff? All right, we're gonna have to re-import this thing because this is messed up. I'm gonna ignore it for now. Wait, maybe it wasn't. I need to double check that. Oh shit. Why is stuff way out here? That's very strange. I don't know what's happening there. Something is very wrong. These. I guess those are all linked. Oh man. I guess I'll do these guys too, even though it doesn't look like it's fitting the thing right, but. I feel like my brain is crapping out on me right now. So. Need to double check. I feel like I pasted this in the wrong place. Maybe hip quiver needs to default to the side slot. See, that's the thing, right? Like, if it's on the side, it would probably work okay, but we don't have a way to dictate where stuff goes. Like, there's the 3 locations. There's left, right, and then kind of right over your thigh. So if you and we have no way to like dictate how that stuff lays out. Like the slot you put it in directly correlates to where it is on your hip. So what we would need to do is either have only allow you to equip like certain things in a certain one of those slots, or create another slot that's for specifically shaped things. Because otherwise, if you have like the long rectangular hip quiver on that one above your leg, and then you start running, it's gonna clip through your body, no matter what you do, right? So it poses a bit of a problem for that, and we haven't really dealt with it. So and that Shamroar, that's also why stealth sheathing weapons isn't a thing, because we were already using the left and right side of your hip for those hip things. So we're not gonna add your weapons on top of that, because that's just you're clipping stuff then as well. You're walking into clipping right there, so that's a problem. But also, like, sheathing isn't really I don't know, we'll see where that goes. Like, trying to learn how to rig human characters for use games. There's a shortage of game complete tutorials. Is it because you have to rig, animate, check, tweak, rig, repeat? It's a shortage of good complete tutorials. Rigging is more complicated, and so there's less people that do it, I guess. And so there's less people out there doing tutorials for that stuff. But I think there's probably a bunch out there still. It also depends on what software you're using. Like finding a tutorial for rigging in the software that you are specifically using can be harder. You know, because like also the version at which you're using it to is you know, because the versions always change and stuff. So let's see. If I put this here, what does that do? Oh, that's the texture. Yeah, so backpack 4. Yeah, so here's the quiver on the hip right now, right? That's a problem, right? That's not even usable. And like, if I take this same one and I put it on put it on two. Yeah. So if we take this, so this is the same prefab on both sides. So in the prefab, I have the quiver tilted to be at an angle like this, and so if I put it on the left hip here, it leans forward, and then if we put it on the right hip, it's gonna lean. It's rotated the same way, but since the location of the MT that it's attaching to is on the other side, it's kind of leaning the other way. So this is also another issue that we're going to run into with this sort of thing. If we want any hip mounted stuff to be facing a certain direction, we either like there's a lot of, it's like it gets really, when you get into the details of it, it gets really complicated. So yeah, it's a thing. So we haven't really dealt with it yet. Yeah, I mean, like, there's going to be a certain amount of clipping that we'll just have to deal with, but I think there's a difference between happenstantial clipping and making design decisions that kind of walk you into clipping problems. And I tend to push back a lot on stuff that is a design decision that will end up with clipping problems. You know? So, like, the backpack stuff, if we, let's go to Goblin while I'm doing this. Oh, look at that. It didn't change the thing. That's interesting. Would have thought it would. So, I load up a cape. And then I load up a backpack. You know, this backpack clips through the cape. Cape clips through the backpack. It's happenstantial, you know? Like, I guess technically it's a design decision that caused this, but, you know, the only way, you know, there's things we could do to, like, you know, deal with this, and it's fairly minor. Like, it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. So this thing, like, you know, it is what it is. Like, it would be cool if we did something where it was less so, but it's also not egregious. But I feel like this is kind of egregious. You know, if we did stuff like this, and especially the fact that I don't know where the other one went. No, I don't know. There's just different levels, I guess, of it. Mick lost it. Like, are you? If you're looking at stuff on YouTube, like for like rigging and stuff, there's a higher bar of like technical level there, and so it's probably going to be harder to find like a good rigging tutorial on YouTube. It can be done, but because the bar of knowledge is higher than like learning how to make like a donut in Blender, there's like that's also the reason there's less of the videos, and it's also why the level of quality is also not as high, like, generally, because it's just a harder thing to do. And you know, so you need someone who both knows how to do it well and how to present it well in a tutorial, and also who's willing to take the time to make a tutorial of that level of quality. So there's a lot of kind of you know, boxes to check before you get to a point where there's a good one like that. And I think at that point, that's when you, like, it makes more sense for that, whoever that person is, to make a tutorial and then sell it. So some of those ones, you might need to look into you know, paid tutorials. If you're looking at if you're trying to do it in Blender specifically, let me see. I know a guy who has a good one, like a really, actually, I think there's two Blender tutorial videos that I know of, that I could point you to, but I think they're both paid ones. So what I would do is check out this dude's Picot. He's French, I think. This guy has a bunch of tutorials on how to rig and animation in Blender. So he's got a bunch of stuff for free on YouTube, but he also has like a really in-depth paid one that I have as well. But just as a warning, like, he has like a pretty thick accent, so it's a little bit, I find it a little bit hard to understand sometimes. So just as a heads up, I guess it's not the end of the world. It depends on how willing or how interested you are in really getting the information to, like, you know, to get through that. So this is one resource I would recommend. And then the other one is, let's see if I can find it. This one, I think this whole thing might be on, oops. This may or may not be a free one. I don't know. You can buy it for $6 a month. I don't know. You'd have to figure out where to actually get this, but rig anything with Rigify. And this isn't, well, I mean, I guess if you search this, you'll find this. This is a pretty good one as well. I would check out those two ones. If you're having trouble finding good rigging ones, these might be some of the better ones. Very in depth. There's a lot of information there. I don't think I've combed through all of it myself. It gets pretty in the weeds with stuff. So those two would be good. Hey, Quixana, what have we been working on? I've been going through some of the kind of bugs I've found, visual bugs, and just trying to fix stuff today. That's what I've been doing. I think I'm just about to wrap up, so just checking. Some of these hip pouches got a little weirded out. So those look better. They're not floating all over the place anymore. I don't know how those got wonked out and stuff. Matrix Hunter. Yeah, you gotta dig for some good tutorials. Also, always use the newest videos filter when you look them up, because older tutorials, some of them don't work because Unity or some changes happen. Yeah, that's part of the problem. Is like, I mean, it depends on what you're doing. Like, if it's Unity stuff, definitely the version matters a lot. I mean, the version matters in a lot of cases, but in some cases, not always. Like, some of the rigging, like you could probably take a rigging tutorial that's kind of older and at least watch it and understand some of the fundamentals and stuff. There's some of the specifics, like if the tutorial uses like a very specific function in the version of Blender that the person has, and you don't have it in your version or something like that, then it gets like more difficult. But like there's still information there that you can take away from it. What the heck? I need to take a look at goblins. And they've got some issues to them. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for me today, guys. I'm really fading here. I need to take a break and get some food and other things. Check with the team. Who can we raid here? Let's go with Primus here. So he was
Howdy.
he was playing a lot during the test. Thanks again, by the way, for everybody who showed up for the test over the weekend. Got a lot of really cool, positive feedback. It's really awesome to see. The team's all real jazzed. We made Sean proud of us, which is great. And yeah, I'm just stoked. We're gonna keep on rolling. We'll keep on doing what we're doing. Seems like we're doing a good job. We're going in the right direction. So we'll just keep doing it, right? But until then, I'll do that without the pizza. Thank you, though. What? Nick Hotz, how many pizzas will I need to send you your way to hear more planned wizard changes? Ooh. All right. Well, you can do it without the pizza, I guess. But until then, I'll catch you guys. We'll be back Wednesday. Usual stream, usual time, all that stuff. So, but let's go say hey to Primus and all that, and I'll catch you then, right? Bye-bye.